There once was a girl named Lisa who had been fascinated by the mysteries of the universe and mystical phenomena since childhood. Her grandmother told her stories about ancient books and magical places where knowledge about all creatures and events of the world was stored. One of these books was the Akashic Records, a mysterious tome said to contain all knowledge of the past, present, and future. As Lisa grew older, she began to study meditation and practices that promised access to the astral world. She read about how to enter deep states of meditation, to travel through the astral plane, and find the Akashic records. One night, when everyone in the house was asleep, she decided to give it a try. Sitting comfortably in her chair, Lisa closed her eyes and began to meditate. She focused on her breathing, letting go of all thoughts and worries. Soon, she felt her body becoming light, like air, and she began to rise above the ground. Around her, an endless starry sky unfolded, and she realized she was in the astral world. She flew further and further until a majestic temple of light appeared before her. Lisa knew this was the Akashic Records. Entering inside, she saw endless rows of glowing books and scrolls. She reached for one of them, and as soon as her fingers touched the page, images and knowledge began to flood her mind. However, the more she read, the more she felt the presence of something sinister. A sensation of cold and fear filled her consciousness, but she couldn't stop. Suddenly, the books began to vanish, and distorted, terrifying figures with hollow eyes started to appear around her. Lisa realized these were entities guarding the knowledge of the Akashic records. They were displeased with her presence and decided to punish her for the intrusion. The creatures began to approach, and Lisa felt them pulling her into the darkness. Overcome with horror, she tried to return to her body but couldn't. In the real world, Lisa started thrashing and screaming, but no one could wake her. The entities held her tightly in the astral realm, preventing her from returning. She felt her mind starting to unravel, gripped by fear and madness. The creatures whispered incomprehensible words in her ear, driving her further into insanity with each passing moment. Hours passed before Lisa could finally return to her body. She woke up drenched in cold sweat, trembling with fear. But the entities hadn't left her. They had attached themselves to her, haunting her in every dream and shadow. Lisa was never the same. Her eyes lost their former sparkle, replaced by emptiness and dread. She no longer spoke of her astral journeys or sought knowledge in mystical books. Lisa became a recluse, afraid to sleep and encounter her tormentors again. But what frightened her most was that even in her waking state, she sometimes saw shadows flickering at the edge of her vision and heard whispers reminding her that she had learned too much and would have to pay for it.